Hey, so I got third place at the Kentucky Regional playing the Bestial Control deck. I want to give a shout out to the sponsor, Refine Gaming and MetaMats. Yeah, so we'll get into the deck. So the main engine was the Bestial cards. I played 3 Lubellion, one of the main starters for the deck. 2 Magma. It's not a true starter, but you need multiple copies for the grind game to summon off seals and regained, so you do want to have multiples. Sorinier is more of a starter. I'd like to find space for a third one because it helps get to Lubellion and the spells and traps. But you also don't want to play too many of the Bestials. It can kind of clog and break a little bit. And then one of these, you can loop them off of the regained, and they both are very good to summon off of seals as well. So it helps give you some additional layers of interruption, and then especially looping the Druvis Worm with the Beast helps to give a lot of interaction off of this engine. And then the main starters for the deck, 3 Seifert, also helps on the grind. 3 Black Metal, probably the best starter in the deck. You can summon the Seifert out off of the big red MD, and just helps you get your plays going, get some lights and darks in the grave for the Bestials. And then the Chaos Monsters, these are your Chaos-based targets. And then also the Spiral Dragon. You don't play the Rockets in this deck, so you can just play the 1 Spiral Dragon, and it lets you get to Zombie Stein, which is still a sort of an Omni Negate, not as good as Savage Dragon, but it's just 1 card that you have to play. You can discard it off a Ravine if you draw it, so it never hurts to draw it either. So I like that card quite a bit. For the spells, I did play the Dragon Ravine with the Romulus. It helps to bait a lot of hand traps. You don't really need it in this deck, but a lot of times you just have an extra body, so you might as well grab the Ravine. Helps with some follow-up plays as well. Helps you get access to Legionnaire. 3 Chaos Space, best starter for the deck. And then I tried out Prosperity today. It does conflict with this and the Regained a little bit, but it did help to unbrick a lot of hands. If there was just another good Dragon starter, you could definitely play that over this card. But it helps to see the cards that you want to see if you need to see an extender. With a Rise Heart in the format, it really helps because you do play Gamma in this deck, so you can have a way to force out the Rise Heart mandatory effect and have a way to clear it, which that's the only card this deck really has a problem with. And then after siding, you can grab some of your side deck cards as well, which is nice. And then it is more of a control deck, so you play quite a bit of hand traps. You play the Gamma package. You also play Landa in the extra deck, so drawing this going first is always nice because it protects you from Ash on your Chaos Space, and then it's just really good going second, obviously. 3 Veiler, not quite as good as Imperm, but it is a light, which helps to unbrick some of your hands. It works with Chaos Space, so I did like playing Veiler. Ash is pretty solid overall. I played a lot of hand traps, so it just pairs well with other hand traps. And then 3 Nib as well. It's very good going first because most decks they're going to have to commit 5 summons to try to break through your board. So the Nib just helps to protect that. Works with Chaos Space and the Bestials as well. So Nib is pretty nice. For the extra deck, this deck is Seals Control. So play 2 Seals. If you need more of it, you can just put it back with Regain to recycle it. So 2 is great. The Link ones and the Romulus. And then for some additional cards you can make going first, the Lambda if you happen to draw a Gamma, Masquerena if you just have extra bodies if you happen to draw a lot of engine, and then you can go into the Unicorn, and for going second you played Access Code as well. Played a couple of the fusions. I sided the Fallen of Albaz to summon off of seals, so if you're playing against like Sprite or Labyrinth, any deck with light or dark monsters, you can go into this off the seals, and it gives you a monster that you can clear with the Albaz, and then you can make the Mirror Jade, so it's 2 additional layers of interruption just off seals. And then a couple rank 6s because of the Bestial monsters. Fan, just good to help clearing cards. This gets things out of the grave as well, so it just gives you some nice utility against a lot of decks. Atom is really nice if you draw a Bestial heavy hand, you can get to your Black Metal or your Seifert. And then the Zombie Stein to summon with the Spiral Dragon. It's just really big, so it helps you clear over a lot of monsters, and then it just helps you negate anything. So your board going first doesn't have any negates, so this just helps against like power spells and random cards. And then in the side deck, we played Droll and Lockbird. Good for like the Runic deck and a lot of different things. Magic Deflector for going first. I really like this against Kashtira. If they open like an evenly matched, or some decks put like Duster and Lightning Storm in because of the branded spell traps, It's not like Skill Drain where it's like gonna like also clear that. So the Deflector is really nice. If they try to remove it, it's gonna linger for the whole turn, stops all the Cashier extenders and the field spell. Against Runic, it just shuts down the whole deck for the turn. And if this deck survives the turn, you're gonna win the game. So this helps with that. Going second, 3 Dark Ruler, 3 evenly matched for a lot of the back row decks. Also the Duster to kind of go with the back row decks. Fallen of Albaz for going first, and then Call by the Grave for going first as well. You pretty much always put this in against like shifter decks, any of the hand trap heavy decks in case they play Lancia, Ash, anything like that. But yeah, that was a deck. Liked it quite a bit. Check out Refined Gaming. Thanks.